Just wanted to ask you, are you buying the dip? But what about the dip after that? Or the next dip? Or the one after that? Hey there, name's Alex, and I'm no economist. But I'm also not a day trader. I've mentioned multiple times on the channel that if I was, I'd probably be broke, destitute, and out on the street on account of my phenomenal ability to pick stocks and my paper hands. Look at these paper hands. So I'm very fortunate to still have my employment in engineering. Now, if I had a crystal ball and I knew what was in President Donald Trump's head, I would probably always be able to buy, hold, sell, short, and then buy again at the right time and already be a trillionaire. But unfortunately, I don't have a crystal ball, so I ride the roller coaster like everyone else. I've spoken on this channel before about investing in companies whose products and services you use and you like. But what about the businesses you work at? Or even still, the businesses you used to work at but no longer do? Now, full disclosure, I did work at the company I'm going to talk about, Sensata Technologies. I spent almost 6.5 years there as a mechanical design engineer up until the very end of 2024 when I left to pursue new career opportunities and greener grass elsewhere. And all I got was this T-shirt. Yeah, you can probably see it. Well, yeah, this is the T-shirt. So yeah, full disclosure, I did used to work there. However, as I was leaving, I was joking with my now former colleagues that as the stock was already low at the time, that if it drops below $25, I'm buying $100 worth and I'll be counting on them to make my investment profitable. I have traded this stock before in the past, and I've made a few dollars of profit on a few trades, a few positions that I opened and then closed. But being in the position of a mechanical design engineer, I've never really had access to any to any information that could be considered insider information, and that wasn't shared in town hall meetings and with the wider public in advance. So none of what I've done ever could be considered insider trading. And even if you're ever in such a position or situation anywhere, this is a good and fast way to get yourself into some serious legal trouble. So I would not recommend doing it. As time passed, the stock market moved in response to Donald Trump's policies. And come the 29th of March, the stock had dropped below $25, and I figured it was time to put my money where my mouth is and get some skin in the game and buy the dip. So I included $100 worth of Sensata stock in my shopping spree of assets on that day. As we all know now, with perfect 2020 hindsight, the dip kept on dipping. Let me just pull up the chart one moment. Yeah, I want to share a screen here. Yeah. So you should be able to see a screen now. Yeah, this looks better. Yeah, you're seeing a screen. So this is the Sensata Technology stock, and I would have bought somewhere around here, but this is jumping from the 28th to the 31st of March. That's the increment, and this would have been somewhere around. I think it bought at 24.6 or something like that. But that was before the whole tariff trade war crash. And here we are in the past few days. Today's the 10th of April. I'm looking at this on the 10th of April, and this is the price as of the 9th of April. This still hasn't even refreshed, as currently this is even trading lower than we see here. So I'm going to stop sharing this screen now. And you've seen what the roller coaster does. This is what it does to me. This is how I'm faring, and a lot of my other investments aren't doing much better. But I do intend to hold on to this stock, at least for the time being. I might even top it up, especially if it's still below my entry target, especially if it's still below what I bought it for initially. Now, Sensata is a supplier traditionally of historically of sensors, sensing solutions, and controls for a range of industries, but focusing heavily on the automotive industry. And more recently, it's a supplier also of contactors and whole solutions like power distribution and battery management systems for electric vehicles and for the whole e-mobility megatrend. Operating in the automotive sector, however, Sensata is especially vulnerable to the current global economic, geopolitical, and geostrategic climate and the policies of the current US administration, the trade and tariff wars, and especially Donald Trump's 25% tariff on all automobile imports to the US. And you can go watch my video on the tariffs and how they work. Sensata has multiple operating locations around the world, both as business units and production sites, not just in the US where it's headquartered, but also in Europe and in China, in Malaysia, in India, and also a few other locations. And import tariffs and the tariff war, the trade war that Trump is waging with the world, can be good, especially with the sector that Sensata serves also taking a severe hit from these policies. However, I do believe that this is still a solid company and they will manage. And I'm hoping that I'm going to make my money and profit. A lot of good people still work there, and there was also a CEO change shortly before I left. So a new CEO is appointed as of the end of last year, and they may even be trying to bring back some of their former employees who have left. And who knows? Never say never. I can't say that I'm never going back there. I hope I didn't burn any bridges on my way out, and that I won't be burning any bridges with this video. And in general, I'm thinking that the markets are kind of irrationally overacting to Trump's policies. And I think that with time, the markets will start tuning out what Trump says and does as noise and not so much respond to him and what he says as signal. Like in the past, you may remember that one tweet by Elon Musk could send the crypto market either flying or crashing, but that's not so much anymore. However, here on this channel, we're not fans of John Maynard Keynes, but I will still quote him. The markets can remain irrational longer than you can remain solvent. Always keep that in mind. And this is not investment advice. The only piece of investment advice I'm going to give you here is don't take your investment advice from randos posting their L's on the internet and on YouTube. Anyway, that's all I had for this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Drop me a comment below telling me I have paper hands and that you can see the code that's behind the matrix, behind the market movements. Subscribe to the channel for future videos. And if you want to support this channel's growth and development, the links for that will be in the description below. Anyway, I've been Alex. I've not been an economist nor a day trader. And till next time, bye.